Hello everybody, in this video I have some creative journaling to share with you. This video is part of a rainbow themed journaling YouTube video hop which has been organised by the lovely Daisy of My Green Cow. There's 7 of us participating, one for every colour of the rainbow, and in the description of each video there'll be a link to the next video in the hop. As I've got the colour violet, so I'm at the end of the rainbow, the link in my video will take you over to the colour red, which is Kia Creates, so make sure you go and check out that video and then follow through all the links to watch all the wonderful journalers and videos and what they've created in this hop. And also, of course, a big hello and welcome if you've come here through the hop and have never seen my channel before. My name is Grace, aka ms.paperlover. I do journaling, junk journaling, scrapbooking, mixed media, many things, but let's start and do some journaling. So yes, as I said, I got the colour violet and I started off going through my stash to find violet things, and I was actually quite surprised at how few bits and pieces I could find. I was trying to be strict about getting violet rather than indigo because obviously I didn't want to step on the person doing indigo's toes. As I see it, I know it can be a slightly divisive subject, indigo versus violet, but I see violet as like the true purple, where indigo is more of a blurple, blue purple. So that's what I was trying to do. I'm not saying I'm completely successful, but that's what I tried. I am working in a Tomoe River paper from Good Ink Impressions on Etsy. I am obsessed with that shop and I love working on Tomoe River paper. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. And I am simply adding a little bit of paint, a little bit of purpley violet colour. This is gouache, it's not watercolor. I generally prefer using gouache. I don't know why, I like working with it more. And once I've done that sort of wash colour, I'm getting a stronger purple. It's the same colour just with less water and splattering that all over, and it makes a really lovely effect where the stronger colour hits the watered down colour. It's almost like the effect you get with like magicals or brusho powders or something like that. It's a really pretty effect. But I still was not happy with the amount of purple things that I had found. I was not happy. I needed more, so I decided to make some of my own ephemera. And I've got a piece of scrap cardstock here, and I'm using packaging technique and distress oxide in wilted violet. Thought that would be the best colour to use. And just smooshing that onto my scrap cardstock. I did go in with some shaded lilac, but that made it go a little bit indigo-y. At least that's what I thought. So I went back in with the wilted violet, and then once that was dry I was still not totally happy with this, so I took some of my ink sprays, various purple colours. I think I have a wilted violet distress oxide spray, that's what I'm using there. I'm not really splattering it on, I'm dropping big droplets on because I'm going to smoosh those with the packaging as well, with the packaging technique. This here is Dina Wakley Gloss Spray in Eggplant, and then I'm going to go in with some dilutions in Crushed Grape. And as I said, I get back my piece of plastic packaging and smoosh over so all those colours just blend together and it looks a little bit less splattery. And then I'm going to use that as a base to do some stamping. So just some simple flower stamps. I started off, I think, using Stays On black ink, which is my usual go-to for this thing, but it wasn't stamping very well. I'm guessing I just need to re-ink the ink pad because it's just super dry. So those didn't come out well. So I went to black Memento ink and then just stamping those out using my stamping platform, as you can see. And then once all of those are stamped, I'm going to cut them out, fussy cut them, and then I've got little extra purpley violet flowers to use as embellishments because, as I said, I wasn't happy with the amount of embellishments I had. I felt like I needed a few more little bits and pieces to use. So this is my usual go-to method. When I need something in a certain colour, I simply make my own embellishments for that. Doing this also meant it gave some time for the gouache on my pages to dry a bit more. Even though I'd used my heat tool on them, some of the really pigmented bits hadn't dried yet. So, it just gives them that little bit of extra time to dry. And they look a little bit nicer when they dry naturally, I think. That nice little spread you get from the splatters doesn't really happen as nicely with a heat tool. But anyway, moving on. That little index card I have cut into 2 was from Wilco, I think, about 400,000 years ago, as was this other one that I'm sticking these pictures on. The pictures, by the way, are just some random ones that I pulled out of my to journal pile of pictures, and they are some very silly ones of my cat being silly. That's what he does, he's silly. So I have put a couple on this little index card, and I'm going to have that as a little pull-out piece. That original index card with the lines on, I was going to have both of those as pockets or tuck spots, one at the bottom and one at the top. I decided in the end, though, the way I had done this one with the picture of myself looking ridiculous, not the most attractive photo ever, but there we are. The way I had done it, it wouldn't work as a pull-out because you just see the bottom of the photo coming through and, like, you know, the bottom of my chin or something, and it wouldn't look nice in general. So I decided just to have the bottom one on the left as a pocket, not the top one. You can see me sort of figuring it out there going, yeah, no, that doesn't work very nicely. That purple and gold thing, base I put that on, that was a little ephemera pack that I bought from Paper Chase a long time ago. He's sensing a theme here that a lot of the stuff I use in this video I've had for longer than I would like to admit. But yes, I am going to make that bottom piece into a little pocket, and I thought I'd just have a couple of strips of washi behind it, make a little bit more interest in that area in general. I had a lot less purple washi than I thought I did. I mean, if you're a regular to my channel, you know I have a ridiculous amount of washi, and you would think I had maybe at least, what, 10 tapes of purple? No, I really don't have many at all, so I feel like that's something I need to rectify. But I'm going to use my tag punch on one of those little scraps of paper, not tag, tab punch, and put little tabs at the top of each of those pull-out bits. That one is going to stick at the top, so the tab pokes out of the top of the pages, so I can, you know, find the page easily. And the tab on the other one, I think it just makes it obvious that it's something you're supposed to pull out of a little pocket. Here I'm going to start using all those little flower embellishments that I have made, put them around the pictures and around the pockets, cutting them in half if you're only going to see half of them, where they poke out from behind the picture, and adding a couple of other little bits, like that tiny little piece that says love yourself. I think I'm going to make a confession about that photo. I was actually sitting on the toilet. I'm sorry if that's TMI, but I was sat there probably playing on my phone, and Conan like jumped up. Conan is my cat. Jumped up on the back of the toilet and was like head bonking me and purring, and you know how they do with all the, oh, I love you, give me attention. You're like, really? At this exact moment is when you want attention? Really? So I got a photo because I thought it was funny. Anyway, again, sorry if you didn't need to know that information. Those other little bits I've put down, that bit with the white cat and the purple piece with the flowers, they were from that same Paper Chase pack I mentioned. Again, so old, you're not going to find it now. I'm really sorry. And I also used that scrap of leftover purple and gold card. I felt like it would be nice to have it mirrored either side of the journaling page. And that little cat in an ice cream cone, it wasn't the most purpley violet thing I could use, but I just wanted to use it, to be honest. So I'm going to stick it at the back of that index card, where I will also add some journaling. Here, I went through a couple of my sticker books to try and find some more purple embellishments. Again, so fewer than I thought there were going to be. I really struggled to find some. There's these square ones that obviously designed for like the Happy Planner and stuff, which I don't have. I just use them in journaling like this. Could only find 2 purple ones, so I cut a simple square out of one of the scraps of purplish paper to use to balance that out into a cluster of 3. I added those watercolory purple flower stickers from the same sticker book. Thought they looked really nice in those little clusters of floral embellishments. And I also found these little butterfly stickers, which, again, they're not the most violet-y thing, but I think when you blend them into the rest of the page, you can get away with it. This is my box of sticker flakes. I thought I could find some more purpley things in here. It was just like a constant search for violet things and constantly being shocked at how little I had. That little cat sticker, for example, not the most violet thing, but it blends in and kind of looks that way. I decided in the end not to use those flower stickers I was just playing with. I thought they were just a little too big and they were much more pastel than the rest of the page, and they would be too obviously wrong, I suppose. So I'm using a Stabilo woody pencil to fill in some gaps, awkward white gaps, like around the photo at the top right there, there was that awkward white line at the edge of the page. So I used that, and you just activate them with water, as with any other watercolour pencil, and get a nice watercolory line. Snipping off the edges here of anything poking out. Oh, I also decided I was looking at that pull-out index card, and because it has a hole in the top corner, it was bothering me. So I decided to snip off the edges to make it a simple tag shape. So that sorted out that whole problem that was annoying me. And I'm just going to use a roller date stamp and some white ink to stamp the date on that top tab, and then a white gel pen to write out my silly cat on the other tab for the index card. And that, I think, is going to be it for this little journaling session. I do have a confession to make. I haven't added my actual journaling yet, but I wanted to ask your opinion about whether I should go all out and write my journaling with a purple ink, or if, would that be too much, and should I just use like a greyish ink or something? Let me know your thoughts, because I keep looking at it and I can't decide. So let me know what you think I should do. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming over from one of the other videos. If you have, again, welcome. Please remember to follow the links through to the other videos. Big thank you to Daisy for inviting me to join and all of that sort of stuff. You know the drill. Please leave me a thumbs up. Chat to me in the comments. Let me know about the journaling thing. I still can't decide. And that is going to be it from me. Thank you so much again. Bye bye.